To start with, you're going to need a piece of white cardstock or watercolor paper. It needs to be 2.5 by 3.5. And then I'm using Graphic 45 Let's Get Artsy stamp. I'm using the rose one. So then you just want to lightly ink it. So it's just pretty light on there. Then you want to stamp another image of the flower and cut around it. I left a long piece of paper here as the stem. It's going to be the mask so my rose don't get any paint in the flower area. And then I stamped it one more time, used watercolor and inked it. So you want to grab your image and a green marker. You want to trace where the leaf was. Draw the stem. And then I grab a black marker and I just outline the stem and the leaf. And draw in the veins. Then I fussy cut my flower out. I just kind of bend mine up a little bit. Then you want to grab some chipboard. This is Graphic 45 chipboard. So then grab those two pieces of chipboard and your flower and glue them in the center on the back of your flower. Right on top of each other. Let that dry. And grab your little mask. And then you're going to splatter paint. So we're going to set that aside and let it dry. So it's dry. You want to grab your playing card. Whoops. Put glue on the back of your image. Glue it to your playing card. I sewed around mine. So now I fussy cut these items from the paper. Grab some scrap chipboard. Just going to cut some small pieces. So I'm just going to bend my butterfly wings up a little bit. Then I'm going to grab that chipboard. I'm just going to put it on the back of my butterfly. 2 little pieces. So then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the bug. and a little on the chipboard. Then I'm just going to place it kind of in the middle of the flower. So this was just a part of a dragonfly. I'm going to take my word. I'm going to glue universe right down here in the corner. I'm going to grab your. I'm going to glue it in the top corner. Then I'm going to ink around it. I'm going to grab the dragonfly and put some glue on parts of him. I'm going to glue him down. So it looks like that. Then I'm going to take these little circles I punched, put some glue on it, and I left these little strings down here from sewing it. So then you want to grab your flower, put some glue on the chipboard. Oh, I forgot to glue in my little fire, or my little dragonfly. I'm going to put it right on top of universe. Now glue on your flower. So you could either be done at this point, or you can add some gems on. For this next artist trading card, you're going to need this sticker from the 12 by 12 Life is Abundant sticker sheet. You're going to need some graphic 45 chipboard cut to 2.5 by 3.5. You're going to need a piece of the pattern paper cut to 2.5 by 3.5. I'm going to be using the little owl image on the back of the ephemera packaging. Then you're going to need a scrap piece of chipboard. So you're going to start by taking your sticker and sticking it to the scrap piece of chipboard. Then you're going to cut out the circle in the sunflower. So it looks like that. I'm going to ink mine just a little. Then you want to trim around the sticker. Then you want to ink around it. So now I'm going to take the ephemera packaging And I'm going to put the owl in my little sunflower hole. So I'm going to put a little glue around him. Positioning him where I like him. So take your piece of pattern paper, add it to your other piece of chipboard, ink around it. Then you want to put glue on the back of your chipboard sticker you made. You want to center it on top of your pattern paper. Then I'm going to take this little firefly, I'm going to glue him on. So then I'm just going to add a couple gems in the corner. So now I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. For this last card, you're going to need to make a template from a playing card. And you need to cut a little door in it that is 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. Then you're going to need a piece of chipboard that is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. You're going to need a playing card, a piece of pattern paper that is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2, and an image from the pattern paper. So start with, you want to grab your top paper, the one with your image on it, and your playing card. You want to line them up. You want to open your door, and you only want to trace 3 sides. Then you want to grab your chipboard. You want to line the card up on top of it. You want to trace the whole square. Then you want to cut your square out from your chipboard. Then grab your image. You want to cut just along the lines. So then where you did not cut or draw a line over here, you want to score. Then you want to burnish down. So it should look like that. So now you want to take your card, and my pattern paper has this image on that I'm going to use. Add some glue to your card. Then glue your image down. So then you're going to grab your chipboard and apply glue. You're going to glue your chipboard right on top of your card and image. So then you're going to grab the other image that we cut out, and you're only going to put glue around the outer edge and around the frame, and be careful not to get any on your score line. So now I have all these little mushrooms I fussy cut out. They have this little circle I punched. I'm going to add a little glue to the edge of my circle. I'm going to glue that down. Then I'm going to take this little black flower, put a little hot glue on it. Add this butterfly. So I have some tiny pieces of chipboard here. I'm just going to glue them on the tops of the mushroom on the back. So I'm going to put a little glue down here towards the bottom. Put a little glue on the back of my mushroom. And remember, don't put any glue over your score line or glue any images over it. So I'm going to put a little hot glue on the back of the flower. Glue it right over the circle. Then I'm going to open it up. I have this image cut from the paper collection. Add some glue. Glue it right on the door. This little circle's from the ephemera pack. So I have a little firefly here. I'll put a little glue on him. Glue a little piece of chipboard to him. Add him to my front. Then for my inside, I cut an egg. I have a couple little feathers and some yarn and fiber. So I'm going to take some of this thread, add Add a little hot glue. A little bit of the sparkly fiber. I'm going to take a little bit more thread. Add a little more glue. Add a little more sparkly fibers. Put just a little glue on the bottom of my feather. And my other feather. Then I'm going to take this egg, cut a little bit more chipboard. Put some glue on the back of my egg. Add chipboard. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Thank you for watching.